Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
And this is a show where we talk about whatever's going on for the week. I hope you all enjoyed that very nice new intro. But let us know in the comments what you think. How's everybody doing?
It's good. I'm glad you're the only one that has to remember to talk after that, because I just zone out. I was just like, I'm looking at the wall and noises are happening.
I think I turned it up too loud in my own headphones, so now I can't ignore it.
I liked seeing Nick's face during all that.
I do enjoy his reactions.
Nick has such a pretty
very
face.
Excited. Yes.
I mean, I couldn't see it the same way I see your guys's, but I visualized it in my head.
Isn't that more fun?
Yeah.
A mystery.
Isn't it, imagination.
Imagination.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, I posted those videos. What did I post? Oh, for the songs. We were going to use the SpongeBob song.
You see, they're playing that. They're playing that at the.
Yeah, they said
Super
that
Bowl.
last year, and they didn't do it. Or was it 2 years ago? They said it one of the years, and then they played like a clip and went into some bullshit after that.
And for everybody listening, this is a podcast before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It
I
is
hope both
before the
teams
Super-
lose somehow, if that's possible.
I don't think you can tie in the Super Bowl.
I think they would just have like pick a player, and you pick a player, and we're gonna go out, and whoever's still alive, that's who
Actually,
wins.
Jake, look it up. Can you tie Super Bowl? I don't think so. I think you have to play
You cannot. I think it just keeps playing.
You play until you're dead. What if it was like, is it like Harry Potter where it's going on for weeks?
I was about to say that'd be super interesting.
They just, I don't know. It's weird. They just keep going.
They did change it this year, though, so both teams can have possession. Both teams have to have possession in overtime.
Like drugs?
Even if they score a touchdown, this first team?
Yes, yeah.
That's weird. Is it just for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's a playoff thing. So there's a
Let's
3-minute
not-
intermission. Hold on,
let's
shut up.
pretend
There's a 3-minute intermission after the end of regulation, leading to a midfield coin toss, exactly like the one at the start of the games, during which the visiting team captain makes a call. The winning team can either choose to receive or kick. Same as that. The game will continue if the first team scores a touchdown on its first possession, and the second team will have a chance to possess the ball. Then it goes to sudden death.
Nobody cares about that. Only reason people are going to be watching the Super Bowl is for Taylor Swift. Okay? That's it. It's the only reason people want to go. It's the only reason people are watching it. They just want to see her. That's it.
There's been so many complaining posts about the camera always panning to Taylor Swift in like
People need
every
to get
huge
out
game.
live, dude.
That shows you that even people that watch sports are bored by it. They're like, Taylor Swift's here. Cool.
Nah, people need to get
Look at
live if that's what they're mad about. It's not like they're doing it during the fucking actual plays.
They're like, oh, he's running, he's going, and then it just like goes up there.
Mid play just stops.
Oh, by the way, he got a touchdown. Don't worry about it.
This
Yeah,
is
so I
Taylor
don't
Swift's reaction to whatever's going on right now.
That's all you need to see.
It's like saying you watch the UFC and you hate seeing who's in the crowd. It's like, who's really fucking cares, dude?
I want the people in the crowd to come out and play the game. You know, I want them to come out and fight. I want to see the other ones come out and play the football. And
You don't hear them doing that for the UFC.
that's true. Well, sometimes they'll say who's in the crowd.
Right, you don't see people complain about that. They show Trump like every time he's like there. You don't hear shit about that.
Was that happening in like commercials? We only watch those completely legal streams.
They show it in that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll show the commercials on that.
They just gotta have something
I mean-
to bitch about.
I'm guessing it's on ESPN Plus, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I saw you could watch the Super Bowl on Paramount Plus. I got
Yeah,
an email
they
about
try
that.
and I think they're learning that they should probably make it as accessible as possible for.
Are they
amount of money
learning
charge.
people don't want to just pay for a single streaming service for all of their needs when they only provide like a certain niche thing?
I don't know if it's actually on. Is the Super Bowl on this year?
Well, I got an email that said it was on Paramount Plus, so if you're telling me that they're lying to me just to get me to click
No,
on
Paramount Plus is not ESPN Plus. It's not the same thing.
I don't know what the difference is.
There's too many of them.
What do
We're
you mean?
actually
It
It's
does
just-
not
ESPN.
look like it. It does
We're
not
just
look
gonna go
like ESPN
back
has it.
to like cable, kind of. If you think about it, they're gonna just start packaging streaming services together like they did
No,
cable.
what happens first is they're gonna just bring back LimeWire and shit, and people are gonna pirate everything. They didn't learn their lesson.
What do
the
you
last
mean
time.
bring back? That shit's still happening right now.
Well, I mean, but it gets like a resurgence now. Like, what for a while when Netflix was really big, people were like, "Okay, I can tolerate this because I'm getting good value from it." Now they're starting to pull them all into their own channels and networks, and everybody's like, "Fuck you! I'm just gonna go download it myself again."
Well, that's the thing is the like Netflix and the streaming services got really good because of the lack of commercials. But now that cable is going away, the streaming services are now having commercials for their free version.
Yeah.
And then charging more to get rid of the commercials.
Dude, isn't that so? Like, I loved live streams and stuff before the commercials. Like, that was the reason to watch them, and now they just ruined them with ads.
Yeah, basically.
It's just like it's the same as TV now. That was the difference between TV and like live streams of stuff. And now it's just all the same. We're back to square one.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
rough.
system's just flawed.
It's rough.
Fine. They're
Way
gonna
more expensive.
they're gonna realize that people are just gonna go do it on their own. They don't care.
So what do you think the next evolution is going to be other than live stream? Like it was cable, then it's live. Now what's it going to be? What's the next thing?
I think it's just a cycle of, oh, we don't have commercials, so do our thing. Oh, we're popular now? We have commercials. Then the next company will come out, well, we don't have commercials.
That's
I
true.
feel like it goes just like like you said, a cycle. So it's slowly morphing back into cable, which is what they want. They want everybody to just pay them, and all their shit's right on there. And I can show you ad revenue. I can generate ad revenue from that shit. Like, they really want to just drag it back to that. So I feel like it's just going to keep going until it just breaks apart, and then they'll start doing basically streaming again in some similar fashion, and then it'll try to become cable again, and it just gonna keep going like that.
Does cable go to having no commercials so everyone comes back to them, and then when they get back to the top, commercials again, dude?
They just really want you to see ads everywhere you look.
Right. Or pay not.
We don't use we don't pay for Amazon Prime, but we logged in there and saw that, and it was playing some commercials. Like, ain't that some shit?
Yeah, they just added that.
It's a paid service, and now you got to pay more if you want to not see the commercials.
I'm debating paying for it. I don't watch that much stuff on Amazon.
Do you miss the weekly episodes of stuff like you wait that day of the week?
I still do
watch
that
your
with
show?
like Hulu's like that. There's still a bunch of times where like you'll be watching a show and it'll have like a weekly release.
So
I
that
do
was
like
kinda-
having that.
Yeah, that was
Amazon
kind of the
does that
fun of
too.
it. Like, you wait for that one day, you're like, oh, my show's on today.
They don't do
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons no more?
I mean, they have like full-time cartoons now. Just
You can just
Well, I
watch
like it
whatever
now
you
because
want.
it's like weekly episodes, but then you could still watch it at your own convenience. Because like on cable, it's like if you miss that weekly episode, then you're just screwed for that weekly episode.
yeah.
Not if you had like a TiVo.
But wasn't that kind of the fun of it? Like, you better not miss it.
Or you put a piece of tape on a VHS on a cassette. You put a piece of tape over that little punch out, so you can just record over whatever's on it. Like that they'll either, if it has the punch out removed, that meant it was like an actual movie, and if it still had the punch out, those would be from like blank ones that you could record on. But if you just cover that up, then it tricks the VCR into thinking you can record over that, and then you could just put like Aladdin in there and record whatever the hell's on TV.
Especially
right
the
on it.
days of going to movie gallery on Friday night. Renting.
Y'all didn't
up.
have movie gallery in Colorado, did you?
We had Blockbuster.
Yeah, y'all had Blockbuster.
And
Same
Hollywood
thing,
Video.
though. It's
We
so
did have
fun.
Hollywood Video. Hollywood Video was like a little small.
We
Rental
only
store.
did movie gallery, but movie gallery was like founded in Dothan.
Was it really?
So, yeah.
Great. I didn't know that.
They're like Redbox.
What, movie gallery? No, movie gallery is just Blockbuster, just a different Blockbuster.
Is Redbox what ruined it? Ruined the video stores? Is that what
No,
happened?
Netflix.
No, it was Netflix, which I
It was
think did
Netflix.
what Redbox does, and then they just kind of pivoted into what they do now.
Streaming, yeah.
Mhm.
they stepped on the corpse of Blockbuster on their way.
Redbox has
in
to
that
be
pivot.
dead, right?
No, Redbox still.
they're still
Redbox
around.
is gone.
Are they really pop? They can't be really popular.
There's a
right?
bunch of them here.
Yeah.
They're at like almost every gas station here.
I mean, that's more like for people who can't afford Netflix or something, or don't want to do Netflix or streaming services. They'll just Redbox.
Who even has a DVD
You can
player?
kind of just rent movies on your TV now, though, or on YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't see how they're surviving it. I wouldn't want, because then you have
I
to
don't
go
even-
return the damn thing. It's just a big deal at that point.
I don't even have a CD drive on anything anymore. Like, if we had somebody hand us a DVD the other day, and I guess I can't do anything with it. I don't have any way to play a CD anymore.
That's true. Do consoles not do DVDs anymore?
Consoles do.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
have a console. I didn't put a drive in my computer, and we don't have a DVD player. Like, we do not have a way to play a CD anywhere that I have access to.
I could see that being.
We put a DVD player in our guest room.
For porn.
Yeah.
If you're
For our
DVD
guests,
and
you know.
porn, dude, you're
Hey,
stuck
we're not
in,
supposed to be
like,
talking
the-
about that this season. No
you're,
porn.
like,
Okay,
stuck
alright,
in the 90s,
cleaning it up.
bro.
We grew up over the winter, summer, the break.
Yeah. None of us watch.
I don't know what
that.
else you would do with just a random DVD player in your house.
Yeah, we don't ever use it for anything.
Yeah. Kind of used. So
We
like
had,
Redbox.
I had a friend. His dad had the rewinder for the VHSs. I feel like I would kind of want a VHS player. I don't want a DVD player, but I kind of would want to go find a VHS.
Do people
just for
even
the
really
nostalgia.
like who have consoles even really go and buy games anymore? Like the hard copies of games, because you can just download them on the straight.
They
to your
don't come with the
Xbox.
little books anymore and all the little things. It's pretty much like, here's a code to download the game in a plastic case that we're going to charge you $20 extra for.
Yeah, so why even go buy one from a store? You can just get it off of Xbox Store.
I think it's mainly like a nostalgic collector's mentality, because I have a friend who still buys Blu-rays, but he still buys the physical copies of movies that he likes. Not because he really like wants to use them or anything, but he's got a collection, so he keeps the collection going. It's like people collecting records now.
Yeah.
Like, who uses a actual like old
Yeah.
record player?
I actually do have some DVDs. I forgot. Boom. We got this. I found these at Walmart. Castaway, right? Classic. And we got The Terminator.
Just in case anybody's wondering, he's showing you like Deadpool.
These are the
versions
actual
of those
movies. The actual movies.
How
They
would
just
you
happen
watch
to
them?
be Deadpool. His face is on them. I don't know why.
How would you watch them?
Again, like that's
Oh,
not
that's
something
still-
like you would actually get to watch. That's something you would have as
It's
a
a collectible.
collector of Deadpool stuff.
Yeah, it's a collection thing. I didn't even
Yeah.
open them. I don't even know if there's anything in them. If
Okay.
I'm being honest.
So like, that's why people would go and buy like the physical copy of a game they really like, is just as like a collector's trinket.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
been
but
in
then you're gonna have to buy 2 copies of that game to play it if you don't want to open it.
one to
Right.
open and one to sell.
So you're having to like double buy games and shit.
I'm not saying it's smart. I'm just giving you a reason why people would.
That would suck though. Like the games aren't cheap nowadays, dude. You're paying that's over like $100 or
I remember doing to the midnight releases. I think it was Fable. I still have that thing floating around somewhere. That was like actual cool stuff that sometimes they would come with. That was like a book, and the game was in this little book with a secret cover, and it had a little coin and a deck of cards. And
I went to a midnight release for Call of Duty once.
I've been to a lot of midnight releases for games and for movies.
Those are actually really good times.
Like
I
those
don't know if I
were-
ever did
yeah.
games. I definitely did some movies though.
Those were exciting. Doing midnight releases, like midnight releases were exciting.
Yeah, because you
Mm.
go home.
we did the midnight release for Harry Potter and for the third Batman, which was unfortunate timing because that was when the shooting happened here in Colorado at a midnight showing. And we were like, why are people calling us in the middle of the night? It was just really
I'm
strange.
trying to watch a movie. Leave me alone.
Yeah, like, why is anybody awake to call us?
Everyone's just getting gunned
But-
down, and you just want to listen to your movie.
We also went
I
to
mean,
the
well, we
midnight
didn't
release
know.
of the Harry Potter books.
Down in front. I'm trying to watch the movie.
No, I've never been to a midnight release of a book. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, the Harry Potter books. We went to the midnight release of those.
I'm surprised. Wouldn't you have just gotten the audiobook? Did you
didn't
actually read the Harry
No,
Potter
no.
books?
I did.
It's a
I
col-
read the last one. I did actually read the last one, but no, it was because my dad and my sister read them. I didn't do the books until the 7th one came out, or until like the movie was about to come out.
You're
That
one
was
of
the
those that
only-
waits for the whole series to be done and then reads it.
No, the only reason I read it is that was actually my very first audiobook too, because we were going to a Daniel Tosh stand-up show in 2010.
Love that
And
guy.
on the way to Birmingham, my sister loaned me her MP3 player that had the audiobook of the 7th Harry Potter book on it. And the movie was about to come out, so I was like, all right, I'll listen to it. But then it died like halfway through. But my brother happened to have the actual hard copy of the book on that same trip and let me borrow it to finish reading the book. So I read half of that book. Listen to the first half.
That's
Cheater.
the most book you've ever read.
I mean, I've read so I know I've read other books.
Dude, I can't tell you the last book I've read. Actually, read.
It would have been in like high school.
Yeah, for sure.
I read The Hobbit because you gave me that one actually, Steven.
And even then,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd have called it reading. You know,
Yeah, for real. Dude.
Then before that, I read the Legend of Drizzt series.
The Legend of Jizz?
No,
Oh.
Drizzt. Dr. Drizzt.
Okay, that's much better.
Let's not get those two confused.
oh, let's get them.
I feel like that name could have been made a little. There could have been a little more foresight into that.
Let's get them confused. I want.
Okay, sorry. Continue. Drizzed.
Yeah, I read that series, and then I read a Star Wars series.
The Fate of the Jedi. That was a good series. It's non-canon no more, so it doesn't matter. Useless
I read-
information.
I read the Darth Bane series.
Oh, that was a good series.
Yeah, that was a good series. I read that one. And I read like books in school and stuff that I actually enjoyed. Read the Redwall series, which is like fantasy but with rodents.
Like Cinderella.
No, it was like it's like any other like fantasy books with like sword fighting and stuff, but the main character, instead of it being with humans, it was like with mice and rats and stuff.
Oh, like 5-0 Goes West.
Yeah, like 5 Goes West, exactly.
Like a real story, but told with animals.
Yes.
I think the last book I might have read was The Outsiders in school.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of The
You know-
Outsiders? With the greasers? State Golden Pony Boy?
It's not ringing a bell.
None of that? Okay.
You know what we did do? We just went on a random tangent the other day, and we were watching intros from shows from the 90s. I watched like Rugrats and The Dinosaurs. I watched that show also. Might be a little older. It was like early 90s, but
I want to go back and watch some of those shows like the Rugrats. Rugrats was such a good show.
Oh, they
Jake's
made a
favorite
grown-up version,
Scooby-Doo.
one of them, and it's awful, by the way.
I
The Rugrat
remember
All Grown Up?
enjoying All Grown Up.
well, it started because I saw a meme where it was showing a picture of all the parents from Rugrats, and they were like, all these parents that you thought were old growing up watching the show. That's you now. That's you. You are their like
Yeah.
you're that age.
Shout out to Dr. Lipshits, dude.
The stuff they got away with.
That's a
back
funny
then.
ass name. Oh, shit.
So they have a new version of Rugrats where it's not them grown up, but it's like a remake. But it's they have this thing where they remake old shows that were 2D or like that style, and they make them like super 3D, and they look like weird 3D animated bullshit.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys
know.
ever know they always made the girls look like villains in the cartoons? Like Angelica was the bad one, and then
What about
Helga
Lil?
from Hey Arnold was the bad one,
Lil looks like Phil.
and then
Who is the
Vicky
boy?
from Fairly Odd Parents was the bad one. Like, why'd they do that?
Like
What'd they have against these people? Huh?
they portrayed them as villains. You're saying
I
I was,
guess.
I was
Well-
thinking like physically. I was like, I don't think they looked like a villain.
Vicky was probably the only one that was like actually a villain because like Angelica was mean, but wasn't necessarily like sometimes she was the villain, but sometimes she was like a part of the story too. She was just mean, and
Yeah.
then same with
That's-
with the Hey Arnold one, Helga or whatever.
She had a
Yeah,
crush on
She
him,
had-
didn't
yeah,
she?
she had a crush on him, so like that she
And
wasn't necessarily. a
Angelica's
villain.
probably just annoyed because she's the only one that can understand babies and adults. That'd be
Mhm.
annoying. And these babies don't listen.
What were they trying to tell us? And what's the moral?
I don't think they have morals. They just
Vicky
went on
was
adventures.
actually evil.
Yeah, and Dr. Crocker.
She was
Professor
so
Crocker.
icky,
Yeah,
Icky Vicky.
icky Vicky.
man, Chip Skylar, dude. Shout
Just the
out.
thought of being around her made me oh so sicky.
Anybody ever watch the dinosaurs? I brought that one up too.
Okay, so Ed and Eddie had those 3 girls that were like,
They
Also
know
had a
they had a
crush on
crush.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's
The
so
Kanker
weird.
sisters.
Anchor sisters.
So maybe there's something else there, huh? Starting to make sense. All these fucking shows.
Jake, I tried to bring it up. He always liked Scooby Doo growing up. They made a Velma show. I heard it's hot garbage.
Yeah, because
she's
Velma's
the
hot
lamest
garbage.
one.
I don't know. Like that just
No,
sounds
like the show's like super woke and it doesn't follow. I don't think it even has Shaggy in it. I don't know about Scooby. I don't know, but it's following Velma.
Like a whole thing, but like they did something with Velma. They like changed her, or like
Yeah, she's like
made
dating Daphne or some. I don't know. I just watched a third-hand account
What?
of it. And
Wait,
it sounds,
what? Out of all the
What?
people to be dating Daphne, that's
Yeah, I don't
weird.
know. I didn't actually watch it. I just heard that it was weird.
yeah. I know there's like a lot of like controversy behind that show.
It's woke.
It sounds like the new Ghostbusters.
That is woke. Wait, I can't keep track of Ghostbusters now because now there's like another one that had the kid from Stranger Things, and then there's another one now with some ice things in it. I don't even know where this universe came from.
Yeah, they just ruined
I
it.
enjoyed the one with the guy from Stranger Things. That was actually a really good, in my opinion, movie. Had Paul Rudd in it too.
I can't really say. I didn't watch any of them except for the old ones.
Well, the first one was obviously a classic. The second one I didn't like. It was okay, I guess.
Which one's the Marshmallow Man in? That one's the
That's the
best
first
one.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
first
that
one.
one's so fucking awesome.
The
I don't
second
think
one
I've
was all
seen it.
about this like this painting that had some ghost in it.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Those were 2 good ones though.
I thought that was a whole different movie. I didn't know that was Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it was the second Ghostbusters.
demon
because,
painting? And he's trying to possess a baby or something?
Yeah, he's trying to possess the girl Venkman dated
Mhm.
baby, but it's
Yeah.
not his baby, but it's her baby, and he's trying to possess that baby,
As you do.
as you do.
Babies. They're
I
very
mean-
easy to possess.
Very good vessels for possession, apparently.
Gotta start young, yeah.
I mean, if I was going to come back to life in a human body, I'd probably want it to be a young one so that I had the
But
most
not a
bang
baby.
for my
You can't
buck.
do anything.
Not
I
yet.
mean, but still, I want
You're
a lot
plotting.
of value. This takes a lot of work, and I need time.
You still have your conscience, right? Inside the baby, like you still know what's going on.
You know what's going on, but can't do anything about it. That sounds worse.
No, because then you can just like grow up manipulating parents and stuff.
Well,
It
that's the thing.
depends
Is, like,
on.
you gotta
your
wait
mindset.
like 3 more years for that. So it's 3 years of like knowing what's going on, but not able to do anything about it.
Or maybe you could.
That
and
sounds
then-
absolutely terrible.
Eh. That's. I mean, better than being floating around as a spirit or whatever the hell you are.
I mean, like if you can get into at least like 4-year-old, because then you can
Start
do
wreaking
something.
havoc and no one expect it to be you because you're so young.
Fine
Yeah,
with the
and,
spirit, as long as I could just like. I want to be able to poke things. I want to just like knock shit over. I totally understand where ghosts come from. I would just be
Actually, would
knocking
definitely
shit off.
possess like a cat or something. Just fucking. He's one of those cats that knocks shit off the shelves and shit. Who just look at you and is like, "Bitch, what's up?" And then,
That's most
It'd just be
definitely
funny.
him. Yeah.
One of my favorite. I was just one of my favorite magic cards has this art on it, and it's called the Topple Ghost, and he just flicks this candle. He just goes around flicking candles over.
what a dick.
Wouldn't that be fun?
You're just a real asshole at that point.
I burned the house down. Oopsies. Boink. Just flicking shit off the shelves, knocking things over. That sounds like a good way to spend the rest of eternity.
So if ghosts can't actually like hit you and shit, how do they knock stuff over? Like what's that about?
Like, I mean,
If they can't touch you, how can they touch other stuff?
if you're
I
thinking
don't know,
about
the
like
rules on ghosts
the rules are weird, but like in some stories and lore, it takes like a exceptional amount of power for them to interact with something. That's why like most things that can interact with you are like really pissed off. That's why they can, is because
you've been trapped in a house with this dipshit for the last 20 years, and I can't slap the shit out of him. And now you have a poltergeist.
yeah.
My
So like
anger
the
just
angrier
builds.
they are, the more they can interact.
I said this.
But they can't touch you, right? They can only like
I mean, if they're super angry, they're super pissed.
they can actually hurt you.
Yeah. Haven't you seen like The Grudge and stuff?
Be like a poltergeist.
That bitch coming out the TVs is weird.
No,
I mean, like
that's the ring.
what you like
different
turn
thing.
into. Like it starts as something.
So wait, what's the difference between the Grudge and the Ring?
The ring is Samara and the tape. That's the one with the videotape. The Grudge is the one with the family got murdered and they.
She got thrown down a well or something.
No.
right?
The ring's the
No,
one
that's
where
the
she got
ring.
thrown down the
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
So
Ring's
the
well.
ring is the well and the tape, and Samara, the creepy girl crawling out of the TV. The Grudge is the one where they're in Japan, and it's the weird walking things that are like upside down and crawling in the.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
And the little boy, and he sounds like a cat.
Are they kind of the same though?
They look similar.
I mean, it's basically someone got wrongly killed too young, and they're pissed off. Their
Yeah,
spirit is pissed off.
but then they just do what pissed them off to everybody else, huh?
Basically.
That's a bad way to go about it.
I
They should
mean,
invoke change. Be better.
I
They
totally
should.
understand ghosts. I would just continuously do the same thing for all eternity. I don't care.
Oh man, if I was a ghost dude, I would slightly mess stuff up in people's houses, make them go crazy over time.
Hide their car keys.
Yeah, just do
That'd be
shit.
really
Like,
funny if you had like a random power of like you could just move items like an inch to the left or an inch to the right.
No farther.
I'd turn
Like,
their
that's it.
alarm.
Just-
I'd turn their alarm off and then like set it back that it looked like it was on, so they like messes with their head thinking that they just slept through their alarm. But I actually just turned it off.
Just like
Like, if
every
you-
time you go to like reach something without like really looking at it, I just like move it over a little bit and you miss.
Yeah, or like it's like plugging in something under your bed, you know, when you're trying to plug in the charger and you can't hit the. I just keep my hand in the way.
Anytime you ever see those in horror, any ghost movie, I could totally see it just being a ghost fucking with someone. They need to make one that's like dual perspective, and it turns out it's not like a malevolent, evil poltergeist. It's just a ghost that they can't see. That's just like, watch it fucking grab this cup again and then slide it over there. And then on the other one, it's a horror movie on the human's perspective because they see the thing like move away from them or the door slam or something.
You know, somebody's leaning back in their chair. Just give it that little nudge, just enough to knock them over.
I just want a dual perspective where the human's perspective is a horror movie. They're being haunted by a ghost. The ghost perspective is like, this joke is going to be hilarious. Watch this.
It's their grandma just fucking with them. Just
They're terrified on this side. Dark, gritty, scary. Ghost side, comedy. Hilarious.
It's really they just keep trying to help the people out.
Yeah,
It's like, oh no, watch out for that thing.
yeah, I'd
All
do some
these
real
little-
evil shit. Like, I would like take all their trash bags and throw them away.
Like, take out the
it's just
trash.
always annoying. Like when you think you have another roll of paper towel and there's not.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
think you have another trash bag, there's not.
Like, I would wait till they went to like take a shit in the middle of the night and take the
Yeah.
toilet paper, put it downstairs or something. And they're like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Take the milk
No,
out of
just
the
no-
fridge and leave
yeah.
it on the counter all night. I know I put it away. I know I put that away.
Just shit like that.
No. I felt like that
Yeah.
would upset me. Not even the milk, like just like leftover food in general. It's like I swear I put
No,
up
I
that
got
food
you.
last night.
I'd leave your fridge open, Mark. That'd be what get you, bro.
Oh god, that would
Just spoil the whole
things to make
fridge.
you
Oh, no.
go a little
Oh,
crazy.
no.
No, for Mark, any house he ever moves to is just set to 68 degrees at all times,
Yeah,
no
keep
matter
turning
what. You just can't get warm ever. Dude.
No.
Spends all his money on new thermostats that have like passcodes and all this shit on them.
You just fucking keep it cold as shit.
And in the movie, the ghost is just sitting there as I'm setting the password, like writing it down on a ghost notepad.
I just
Exactly.
open all the windows all the time in the winter.
Just
Crack
slightly
the door
cracked
open.
too. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
not even
can't
the
tell. Like,
windows are-
where's that draft coming from?
The ghost is a
See?
real dick.
Like I said, in the movies, you see that, and they're like terrified. They're like, "Why is that window open? Oh my god!" But then I want the ghost perspective too. He's like, "That's fucking great. Look at that guy, idiot."
This is working
What an
so
idiot.
perfect. I don't
He
even
hates
think you
the
guys
cold.
understand.
That would be a good
It's
movie.
amazing. Yeah, there we go. We need to
I'd
go
watch
pitch
that.
this.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
It could be your least favorite movie.
It's
Your least favorite movie.
it's a very divided movie, so it's not like a horror comedy. Like it is. This part is a horror, and that part is a.
There you go.
comedy.
Your least favorite ghost. I got the title, dude. You're done. Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you could do
Handled.
like a half and half movie. So
Mhm.
like the first half is the horror, and then you get to watch the other half as the perspective of the ghost that's messing with them.
Dude, I
But
love
you never
those
tell
kind of
anybody
things.
the comedy. You just tell them it's a horror. It's a horror comedy. And it starts off as a horror, and they got to figure out why it's a horror comedy.
Or
It
like
doesn't-
3D glasses and a different headset, so you hear if you put it on, then you can see the other scenes. Like you can see what the ghost's doing, and he's
I think
just like,
you're investing a
losing
bit
his
more
shit.
money than is going to be available for this movie.
no, this is gonna be an epic, like earth-shattering experiment. It's gonna be great.
Or you
That's
just have
like-
them watch the whole movie as it's two movies. You watch the whole movie as the horror movie, and then you can go back and watch it as a comedy.
Or
Yeah.
vice versa.
If
Yeah.
you watch it backwards, it's a comedy.
There, that's what I was about to say. It's like one of those tattoos that say one thing and you can read it the other way too.
If you stand on your head, you'll understand.
If you watch it
okay?
upside down, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Which also
Or
works on
weird.
this podcast, by the way. Give it a
What
shot.
if you listen to it upside down?
Yeah.
Yep. Send us a picture if you listen to it upside down.
Yeah, if you rewind our every recording, it has messages. So
Subliminal.
be prepared.
Well, with that in mind, I need to go check my thermostat. So this has been your least favorite podcast. Catch you guys next week.
Bye.